What's up, buddy?
How you doing, man?
Rinse, lather, repeat.
What's up, guys? This is Brian.
Jesse.
You're watching MMA the hard way?
In the car.
Well, we didn't film our episode earlier in the week because it was April Fool's.
Yeah.
And we didn't know what the heck was going on with the main event for UFC on Fuel 9 in Stockholm, Sweden this Saturday. Well, Vanderlei did his April Fool's joke. We got sucked in. We got sucked in on that one.
I'd never been so ecstatic and then so miserable in a short span. I was like, I was looking forward to it. I was really looking forward to it.
If you're just getting up to speed on UFC on Fuel, the main event was supposed to be Alexander Gustaffson going up against Mousasi, making his UFC debut. And Mousasi with an unbelievable record. Everyone has high expectations for him, although
Pride veteran.
Gustafson was basically being put in the position of being
title contention.
Yeah, kind of a gatekeeper in a way, you know. So yeah, Gustafson suffered an eye cut, and he has been replaced by his training partner. So we got 13 fights. We got 7 on Facebook, 6 on Fuel. And if you want to watch the fights on Facebook, you're going to have to get up super early because they start at 7:50.
I was about to say, what time? 7?
Yeah. So we got 13 fights. We're going to go from the bottom all the way up to the top and just break them down real quick as fast as we can.
You got it.
And
the first one is Papi Abedi versus Bassem Youssef. Both pretty good.
Both got kind of spotty records. They're at the bottom of the welterweight division. I'd say whoever loses that fight's probably getting the boot.
Loser leaves town.
Yep, and that's a welterweight fight. To start the show off.
Next, we have Tom Lawler versus
Michael
Kuniper.
Tom Lawler, I always like, he's going to show up for the weigh-ins.
Yeah.
And he always puts on a show at the weigh-ins. Like he looks like a stormtrooper or
something. He always comes in, doing something really cool.
He did
and
like that sumo video.
I remember that. That was really funny. Of course, Michael's going to be the favorite. Yeah, he's from Netherlands, like you said here.
But Lawler is ranked 44.
He's 44. Yeah.
Yeah. So
it's a step up for Michael for an intro.
The favorite.
Next, we have Ben Alloway versus Ryan LaFleur. Now, both 5-win streaks. Ryan's got his first fight,
debut,
170,
and he's 7-0, undefeated. And Ben Alloway, he's on a 5-fight win streak that we know of.
Both have pretty good records.
Yeah.
Next up, we have the 145 challenge here. Conor McGregor versus Marcus Brimage. Now, both of them. Conor's making his debut, and he's 12-2, and Marcus is 6-1. So, pretty good, solid record right there.
Yeah, Marcus Brimage. People don't realize he's actually in the top. He's in the 30s of world ranking at 145.
At 145, which is a very deep.
He's gonna send this kid packing. I think this kid's making his UFC debut. I don't know.
They both got great records. Yep. Next, we have Adlan Amagov. Okay.
Yep.
Versus Chris Sprang. They're both making their debuts, and this fight's at 170.
Yeah.
Next was the guy that we thought was a big thing, and we were wrong.
We thought Tor was the guy that everyone was talking about on Ultimate Fighter.
Now we know who it is.
Thing is that they're putting him up against Adam Sella, guy they got.
He finally woke up.
Yeah, the guy they got put to sleep by Uriah Faber's unbelievable spinning back kick.
It was a scary knockout.
But you know what? Yeah, I know why he's on the card. He's a local guy.
Yeah.
He's
Tor is. He's very well known in that area.
Yeah, so he's gonna get an incredible amount of applause and
not to divulge into it too much, but he's got a pretty good record overall. Just you got in MMA, like they say, you never know what can happen.
Yeah, but I think that he's gonna put on a show, and it's a kind of personally, I think it's like a gimme fight. Adam Sella's not really even currently ranked, so
next is our man Michael Johnson versus Risa
final
Madadi.
Facebook fight.
Yeah,
and Michael Johnson has put himself. His world ranking is 35 as a lightweight. So Kind of a step up for Reza, I think. You know, you guys ranked at 109. One thing that's interesting, there aren't really a lot of locals on this card.
No.
They got guys from all over. A lot of Brazilians on this card.
Yeah, I saw that too. They're both coming off losses, so they're both going to be hungry to redeem themselves. Almost pretty much close. They're all, it's almost the same record.
Yeah, I mean, Reza, he won his debut with a submission, so Michael Johnson's going to have to watch out for that. I think he is suspect a little bit.
On the ground.
Yeah, but I think Michael Johnson's probably going to...
He's got those breaks for hands.
Yeah.
He's got...
Very good stand-up. You know, one thing I always like is his footwork, and he's never not in a position to throw power.
No.
That's one thing that's really good about the way he fights.
He's always using... he's always moving away from the opponent's, strength as far as striking. Next we have...
All right, now we get to the fuel.
Now we got to the fuel. Robbie Peralta versus Akira Kursani.
Yeah, no, I'm shooting for Peralta. He's a San Diego guy. I think he may train at Alliance. He's probably got on the card because of Gustafson. I'm not sure.
Brought him up. Akira's a guy from that last Tough. He was
People don't know about Peralta. He's ranked at 15 world ranking at 145.
And I keep on saying that 145 weight class. It's deep.
That is a sleeper fight. I don't think people realize that what's going to happen with that. And Corsani, a lot of people don't like him because they think he's got a big mouth.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a very intriguing fight to start off fuel. Of course, I think it's 11 o'clock Saturday morning, at least California time, I think, when the fuel stuff starts. But I'm just going to be TiVoing it. But I'd like to watch the fuel stuff live. In fact, I want to watch the Facebook stuff live.
Yeah,
I'm going to have to get up early.
There's a lot of good fights on Facebook.
Yeah.
Next up, we have Pablo Garza versus Diego Brandao. Diego brings it.
Oh my gosh, dude, that is.
That's got, you said, potential fight of the night right there.
I think so. Both of those guys.
They don't back down. They don't go backwards.
Well-rounded.
They don't walk backwards.
Super aggressive. Oh, I'm really looking forward to that.
Yeah,
that is going to be the 145 showcase fight of the day, right?
Pablo basically got rid of Mark Hominick. Period.
Oh man.
Remember that?
Yeah.
Now, so that's going to be I agree with you. I think that might be the fight of the night. Next up, we have Brad Pickett versus Mike Easton.
Telling you.
Both coming off of losses.
If Brad Pickett wins, that pushes him up into the top 10.
Yeah, and he's 13 right now. That's gonna push him up. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're both coming off losses.
Of course, Mike Easton, the Hulk. He's got some. Both. I'm thinking it's going to be a striking battle.
I don't think they're going to go. I don't think they're going to want to go to the ground. They almost cancel each other out on the ground. And they're both their losses, as I was saying. They've come off losses, but off legit people, not legit people. Yeah. Next is Matt Mitrione versus Philip DeFries.
Yep, the only heavyweight fight on the entire card, and of course DeFries, also an Alliance training partner, training with Ross Pearson in Alliance. He's coming off that knockout loss when Todd Duffy made his comeback fight, and I know that he's going to want to. Put on a show and say, nobody likes to lose. The twice.
One who's got the bigger weight on his shoulders, Matt. He's already lost two. Last loss, of course, was against his boy Roy Nelson.
Yeah, boy.
So that's gonna. I think this one. I don't know if they would.
Mitrione is kind of like Mark Hunt. He lays his hands on you.
Oh yeah, he could change the fight in one punch.
Power. I was watching some of his highlights, and he kind of throws himself at people. He kind of does that. It's not a Superman punch. He just kind of throws his body and says,
his whole body.
Guess what? Here's my hand.
Yeah. He uses his whole. He uses his whole body to basically, land that power punch, and then both of these guys too. They don't walk backwards.
Yeah.
They don't pedal backwards. Next we got my man Ross Pearson versus Ryan Couture.
Ross Pearson's actually the one that's on UFC's website for this event.
Which drifts me out too. They're both coming off of wins. Of course, Ryan Couture's he beat KJ Nunes. At the last Strike Force.
This is Ryan Couture's UFC debut, actually.
And then Ross is coming off from destroying George Sacharopoulos in that one where, Australia versus England, where we hooked up with our friend Fletcher, Freak Show.
Yep.
But this one right here, what's going to be interesting?
Pearson is going to.
I see a knockout.
That's a big step up for Ryan Couture. He has not been fighting at anyone near the level of skill that Ross Pearson.
Not so much skill, but power. He's somehow
Ryan Couture is primarily a submission guy.
Submission wrestler like his dad. The interesting thing is going to be is Randy Couture going to be at his corner?
Yeah, I don't.
That's still up in the air. Randy Couture said, "Hey, if my son asked me to be there, I'm going to be there." But who knows what's going to happen?
Yep.
And of course, the main card: Gegard Mousasi versus Ilir Latif.
Yeah, so Latif being one of Gustafson's training partners, and he was ready. He was able to make weight, or capable of making weight.
He's been sparring with Gus too, so they
say that he's like a really accomplished wrestler, and all that. They're going to say what they got to say. At the end of the day,
they have to sell the fight, but he has a pretty good record, but. They said that he's got a really good center of gravity, so we'll see how it's going to play out.
He's only 5'8".
5'8", yeah.
He's kind of like Lombard.
Yeah, or I was about to say Pohara's also
light heavy.
Yeah.
The guy's he's gonna Mousasi's gonna have to keep his chin down. Yeah. I think, because the guy has nothing to lose.
No, he doesn't.
His first fight in the UFC is the main event.
He's not only that, he's fighting I don't want to say he's a legend, but he's
world class striker.
Yeah, he's been around Pride, Strikeforce everywhere. Yeah. There's a lot of expectations for Mousasi. Before he came over to when the UFC bought Strikeforce, that was one of the names that Dana I could hardly wait to see this guy in the octagon.
Mousasi's a killer.
He's a killer. He's a stud. Yeah. So how Ilir's I hope I'm pronouncing his name right. If he puts a stamp on this and somehow knocks out Mousasi, wow.
Yep, big debut.
Your stock's gonna shoot up faster than Apple. Remember what happened with Newton and King Mo? King Mo. They've had all their eggs lined up on King Mo, and look what happened. MMA, you never know what happens.
Did Emmanuel Newton end up winning the title?
Yeah. He I believe he lost the eliminator, but you saw he put King Mo away with a spinning fist.
Spinning back fist. All right, so that's Saturday, and that's all the time we got.
Yep.
So thanks for subscribing. Please share this episode and subscribe right up here. And,
keep the Twitter stuff coming.
Yep. Follow us on Twitter at MMA The Hard Way.
Jesse1X.
And we'll check you out next time.
Thanks for the support, you guys.